are going to love this video topic. We are going to be talking about the fastest way to produce weekly videos and specifically how to batch content for YouTube. I'm Amanda Horvath and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs leverage the power of video without breaking the bank or taking up tons of their time. So if you're looking to use video in your strategy this year, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. When I first started doing YouTube, I had a full-time job where I was creating videos for other people as a video marketer, and so I barely had enough time to create my own video content. So I absolutely had to figure out the fastest way to produce videos for my business so that I could sustainably, continuously produce them and be growing my online presence. So what I found was these 4 steps that I'm going to be sharing with you today. And really the way that I'm structuring this video is I just want to tell you guys all of the things that the different ways that I've kind of gone about this throughout this year and a half and the different thoughts that I've had and how I've kind of adjusted along the way, because more likely than not, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to do this. And then I will just tell you, hey, I've already tried this, maybe try this instead. So I'm hoping that by giving you guys the full journey, this will help you decide the best way for you to produce consistent video content. Step 1, script or outline ahead of time. When I was first starting out, scripting my videos was the biggest bottleneck in my business, and I've previously done a video where I went deep into this entire subject. So after this video, I highly recommend going to check that one out. I believe it's like how to naturally read a script on camera or something like that. I talk about scripting versus outlining and using a teleprompter versus just delivering your lines in chunks or whatever. So I really go into a lot of that in there. But since creating that video, I've also come up with something that's a little bit more recent that has helped me tremendously when cutting down the amount of time it takes me to concept videos. So this actually comes from me working with a client where I would work with this one client, I would show up, and we had a 4-hour time chunk. In the first hour, we would just brainstorm what we're going to talk about, and he would just quickly create bullet points, and then he would just wing it. And he's really good at this, so I'm still kind of aiming towards getting there. But so what he would do, I would say, okay, just talk to me as if we're going to record the video, and I would just kind of write what he was saying, and then we would organize his thoughts. So I've started doing that in my own videos. So what I do is I just sit down on a computer, I open up a Google Doc, and I'll start by describing my surroundings. And from there, I kind of go into the topic that I want to brainstorm on. So the reason that I describe my surroundings is just to get the ideas flowing, just to get my fingers moving, and just to already ruin the piece of paper so it's not a blank page that I'm staring at just thinking. So it's like there's a camera in front of me, there are 2 lights to the side, and I am recording a video right now while it is getting even darker and darker outside, even though you guys can't tell because I have really good lights and blank, 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 right? And then I start going into the topic and the ideas just really start to flow. And then from there, I can organize it all together. And that has tremendously, truly, truly, truly helped so much in cutting down the amount of time it takes me to concept videos. So if you're finding yourself taking forever to write a script, you're basically writing out a perfect blog post every time you write a script, then maybe consider doing this and kind of doing a mixture of scripting and outlining. Now, having said all of this, it is very helpful to, once you have the brainstorm, know how to kind of structure your script so that it actually does convert. So if you don't feel confident in your skills to be able to do that, or if you just want a little bit more guidance to make sure that you're doing it right, then I highly recommend checking out my Quickstart guide to video, which is linked in the description below. I give you guys the exact script structure that I use and kind of talk you through the process of choosing your first topics. So highly recommend checking that out. Step 2, film 4 to 5 videos at a time. As I've previously mentioned, batch recording content is the fastest way to produce consistent video. So produce 1 video a week, that's the way that you do it. So you sit down, once you have your scripts, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna film 4 to 5 videos at a time. Now you are going to face some resistance when you are filming these. Almost every single time I sit down to film, something comes up and it makes me want to quit every time, or not actually quit, but stop filming the videos for that day. But whatever you do, just push through that resistance because it's normal that you're facing it. So it's really just a mental battle in saying, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to pretend like this is a school deadline and I'm going to make it happen. If you really want to kind of take this to the next level and ensure that you will take action in filming these videos, then I highly recommend scheduling maybe your friend to be there, or you could even get an intern to show up with you. Early on, I actually did get an intern to show up, and it was so helpful for someone else just to be in the room, encouraging me to kind of get through it. And it made me get through it faster because I knew someone else was there watching all of my mistakes. So that might be something for you if you're finding that it can be kind of challenging to sit down and film 4 to 5 videos. But whatever you do, make it happen because then you don't have to film for a whole month. When it comes to actually delivering your content, you want to deliver your content in chunks rather than doing one full take. So it's going to be near impossible for you to do just one long take. And likely you're going to ramble a lot during that time, and no one really wants to watch someone rambling. So I highly recommend using the script structure from the Quickstart Guide to Video that I previously mentioned and kind of breaking it into different takes. So what I do is I'll do the intro to my video, what I call the hook, multiple times, 3 to 4 times, and then I'll do each step multiple times, and then I just choose the best take, or maybe even mix them together in editing. But it does make it a lot easier if you kind of go through the script linearly, because then you're not doing one whole one this time, one whole one the next time, and in editing having to find where was this take, where was this take. It just makes it a lot easier if you kind of move through it sequentially. So if you want more info on that, then definitely go check out that other video that I mentioned, the how to naturally read your script or something like that. I will link to it in the cards as well as the end of this video so that you can keep getting this lovely information before moving on. Step 3, outsource your assistant editing. Now, this section is a little bit more complex. To outsource your assistant editing can be a little bit more challenging than you might think, and it did take me quite a while to kind of discover how to do this properly. So I'm going to just describe how I do it, but if it's kind of over your head and you would like a step-by-step process, then hit me up on Instagram. I would love to chat with you further about this. I'm developing a program that's going to make this a whole lot easier so that it's more approachable from the business owner. But if any videographers are out there watching this, or if people just want to know what to Google in order to do this, then I'm just going to tell you guys kind of my system, and then from there you can kind of go figure it out. So what I do is I personally drop all the footage onto my computer. I sync my audio and video together because I record them separately. I also clean all my audio, and then I get all of those things into Premiere Pro into a project file. And because I shoot my videos in 4K, my project files are huge. So my video files are big. So for me to send them over the internet is completely inefficient for me to have to upload them and for the editor to have to download them. So what I do instead is I create what they call proxies, which are smaller files. So I take my 4K footage and I down-res it to a 720p image. And these are a lot smaller and much easier to upload to a Google Drive. I also upload my Premiere project file, and then the editor on their side downloads everything and is able to connect the footage, the proxies that they have, the smaller files, and pretend as if they are editing the larger files. Then they do all of the work for me, get it back, they ship it back to me, and then from there, I can look at it and say, okay, these are the small tweaks that I want to make, and reconnect it to the full resolution footage and then export it. So that system has saved me hours. So once again, if you're interested in this, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. It's kind of still in the works, but I'm very excited about kind of what's happening behind the scenes to help make this possible for you guys. Step 4, edit content and add B-roll. Now I kind of went into this at the end of the other one, but this is actually another step. So once I get the project file back from the editor, it's time for me to kind of wrap that video up and do the 20% of the editing versus having to do the whole 80% that the assistant editor has done. So I get it back, I reconnect all the full resolution files, and then when I go through and actually watch the video, I am editing for content. So I am the thought leader, and it can be kind of hard to have someone else decide what is good to keep in and what is not good to keep in. So if they have, added a little bit extra that I would like to take out just because I was rambling forever, it's not even their fault, you know what I mean? So then I can then cut down that content on my end. And then from there, I can add any additional B-roll that I might want to add. So say I hadn't filmed the B-roll ahead of time, then I can go get that B-roll while the editor is doing that. And B-roll is the footage that goes over a video. And I typically don't do that just because it's kind of a lot of work to have to go get the B-roll. It adds an extra step to all of this process. But if you did want to add that, then you could add it here in this stage. Okay, whoa, that was a lot of content that I just threw at you guys. Did you find this valuable? Definitely go ahead and click like, letting me know, and drop a comment below. Once again, I would love to talk to you further about the outsourcing options. If you are interested in that, I'm super passionate about it and really interested in cracking the code on that. And if you would like some more information on how to script your videos and deliver those on camera, then be sure to check out this video on how to naturally deliver your script on camera, which I mentioned multiple times throughout this video. Otherwise, check out one of the other videos, and I'll see you in the next one.